No is just one small word, but it can cause some big problems and upset. It can be difficult to hear and hard to say, but it's so necessary if you're to get things done. Here are some tips and things to think about to make sure you can say no in the best way, depending on the situation and what you're trying to achieve.
Can I quickly update you on a project?
So, do you say yes or no? Let's add some context to the situation here. You're preparing for a meeting in 10 minutes. Do you say yes or no? Or, actually, you do have some time available. So, do you say yes or no? You see, it all depends on the situation and what you're trying to achieve. Another thing to be aware of is your communication style. Let's take the scenario where you have a meeting. You might be the kind of person who finds it really easy to say no.
Can I quickly update you on the project?
No.
You've clearly said no, but how does this leave people feeling? It may have been better to say something like,
Not right now. I'm just preparing for a meeting that starts in 10 minutes. Pop in tomorrow first thing. I'll have more time then.
So you've said no, but without using the word and without offending the other person or ruining the relationship. You've added some context so he's clear why you don't have the time right now. It's still no, but it doesn't leave the guy feeling terrible. You may struggle with saying no, not wanting to upset people, especially if you've been put on the spot.
Can I quickly update you on the project?
Well, I wish you'd asked me that yesterday. Oh, it's so busy here today. I bet you've got loads of other things to get on with, yeah?
Have you actually said no? It's really unclear.
Yes, it is, but just to update you.
Better to be more direct.
Thanks. An update would be good, but I'm just prepping for a meeting that starts in 10. Would you mind calling in first thing tomorrow morning?
It's clear you don't have the time right now and you've offered an alternative, much clearer, and you're not at risk of being late for the meeting or having to stop him halfway through to leave. You might be the kind of person to let your emotions get the better of you.
You know about the meeting I'm prepping for this morning. I can't believe you're asking me now. I can really do without any distractions.
Did he know about the meeting? Maybe he'd forgotten. Better not spend energy being cross. Just explain and suggest another time. Also, is it clear you're saying no? Better to keep emotions in check and be clear.
I'm just prepping for this morning's meeting. I thought you knew about that. Would you be able to give me a call later this afternoon and we can schedule some time in?
A more even response is much better. By mentioning that you thought he knew about the meeting, it will encourage him to think about asking another time. Let's look at a second situation. You do have the time, but is it what you want to do?
Yes, all right then. Hold on a second. I'll just clear up a bit and then fire away.
Do you actually have the time? You said yes, so you needed to follow through. It would have been helpful to provide a time limit, something like...
Yes, sure, just a quick update. Say 10 minutes, as I need to get my head into the figures this morning.
If you really struggle with saying no, then start by not saying yes straight away. It sounds really obvious, but it gives you time to think about the situation and what you're trying to achieve. Also, if you say yes too quickly, it's much harder and more complicated to say, oh, actually, I can't.
Just quickly, Adam, could you help me out with the presentation next Tuesday?
Yeah, sure. Oh no, I'm not sure what I've got on next week.
So it's really important to be able to say no effectively and clearly. So, here are some tips to help you say no when you need to. Don't actually say no. Find an alternative. I'll tell you what I can do. This keeps it positive, but allows you to push it back. Say, yes, but. Then you can provide a context for why now isn't a good time. Arrange for a better time. I will help you, but it will have to be tomorrow. Say no and mean it, but it's helpful to explain why, as it provides a context so the person asking really understands where you're coming from and hopefully won't ask again. If you say yes, mean it. You have to follow through. Be clear on what you are and aren't saying. Finally, whatever you agree to, you need to do it. Don't just buy time and put people off, as it will come back to bite you, and you may seem indecisive. If you are inclined to be really direct and just say no, full stop, explain the context so you can make sure they're left feeling clear. And if you are inclined to chat and add padding around a no, turn the chat into context so they're clear it's a no and why. So it's really about being clear and providing a context based on the situation and what you're trying to achieve. Subscribe to our channel for more quick tips and advice on management, productivity, personal development, leadership, and so much more. Thanks for watching.